Before I came out on stage, I ran into Nick. And I love Nick. You know what he told me? He said, I love you, James. I said, I love you, Nick. And we didn't blink. He meant it and I meant it. He has no arms and no legs. He bought his first house at 19 and made $102,000. He has no arms and no legs. What's your excuse? He just came back from a fishing trip where he caught some fish. He's got no arms and no legs. He doesn't have a handicap. He's a whole man. But a lot of you will come up with excuses. Well, I can't, man. Yes, you can. Words of prophecy. I love Nick. And listen carefully, this is major league important. It's just knowing how to do stuff that a lot of people don't know how to do. And I got a text from a guy that I met at one of these, and he was going to commit suicide, and I talked him off the ledge. He said, I'd already bought the gun. It was a Glock. I was going to blow my brains out. He had done some stupid stuff. He did 7 years in prison. I visit him on a regular basis in prison. I sent money to the Bureau of Prisons so he'd have money. And I said, when you get out of prison, I'm going to change your life forever and always. God has shown me stuff, and I'm going to teach you. Do you know what he's doing? He and his partner are buying debranded hotels in rough neighborhoods, and he's turning them into, watch this, houses for our veterans that are homeless, so we can get them off the street. And women that are abused have a safe place to live. And they're only making around $80,000 a month. Isn't that pretty good for a convicted felon? I think so. It's just knowing how to play. And then middle income. Wow. I have a cousin that's Down syndrome. Her IQ is 75. She's smarter than any professor at UCLA. And why did you say that? Because she is. I asked her recently, I said, do you believe in God? She goes, I talk to him all day long. I said, are you happy? She said, I'm really happy. And she spits on me sometimes. She talks. I kind of like, it's refreshing. It's a miss. And after she turned 18, she became the award of the state. You can put that beautiful girl in a, watch this, middle income home in a middle income area, and you get paid by the government, and that's where she lives. They don't have crack parties, sex parties, they don't do boom boxes at midnight. They're just sweet people that need a chance. And then watch this. As you get older, you'll become your mom and dad's mom and dad, and you'll parent your parents as though your parents are your children. And after my father passed away, my mom said, son, promise me you will never put me in a nursing home. I said, then do your best not to piss me off. She said, you are not funny. I said, I love you, babe. I won't put you in one. But watch, she gave me this idea. Watch this. You can get a decent house in a good area and turn it into assisted living care. And I was in Sacramento. I taught a guy named Ovi Matsui. He got 3 houses in Carmichael, and he never went to a stupid university in California. He's making more money than a PhD professor times 2, just off, watch this, 3 assisted living care. I was in San Diego. Ever heard of it? The guy who worked at FedEx named John Donnell and his wife, I trained them, and they have 3 houses in San Diego that are assisted living care. One is in La Jolla.
Called a covered calls. Warren Buffett's been doing this for 30 years, and now, for the first time, you can do it too the right way. And the Wall Street Journal says, who says you can't make money on stalled stocks? It says, covered calls are regularly used by individual investors, and covered calls work best in a sour market or a sideways market. Now, instead of, trying to teach you to run before you can walk, I'll just give you the basics here today. With a covered call, you have to own some stock. That's nothing new. But the difference is, with a covered call, you're going to give somebody the right to buy your stock in case it goes up. That's okay, because in exchange for that right, they're going to pay you rent. Technical term is premium. You just click a button on your computer, that money goes into your account right up front. They cannot take it from you. It is your money. And if the stock goes up, you make money 2 ways, because you bought it here, you sold it here. You guys follow me so far? But you also took in the rent. So our real estate investors, you understand and love this concept. You make money on appreciation and the rent. with a covered call, you can also make money if the stock goes down or stays flat. Because if my stock goes down 3% and I took in 5% in rent, I just made money. Guys, this is why Buffett's done this for over 30 years. Here's my question. Why haven't you been doing it? The answer is because nobody ever taught you how, did they? Do they teach us stuff in school, yes or no? No, they should, but they don't. But you guys right now could be doing this month after month, and so now you're doing something instead of doing nothing with your money.